Hey, we're going to talk about something that I get asked probably as much as almost any question is what starts the golf swing. Today we're going to talk about the first move in the backswing. Hey, welcome to the channel today. Listen, there was a time in my life when obviously I wanted to become a better ball striker. I had met Moe Norman, who is regarded as the best ball striker that's ever lived, and I see this amazingly simple single plane golf swing. And I had one thought that I think might have really triggered my passion for figuring out what Moe was doing to be so great at hitting a golf ball. And that thought was, if I could feel what he does just one time, because if I could just imitate or mimic his golf swing and feel it, wouldn't I be able to move like him and then hit golf balls like him? So I did that. Now, here's what was interesting, is I was pretty analytical. I still am pretty analytical, and I like to study things, and I don't like to waste time. So I don't like to waste time trying stuff that I don't know is correct. So what I did is I analyzed the video of Moe. And as we get into today's video, what I'm going to show you is how I analyzed Moe's swing and discovered what I call the pivot point. Well, what's the pivot point? The pivot point is a club to body relationship. In other words, the pivot point is when I'm holding this club correctly, you'll notice it has a relationship to the lead side of my body. Do you see that? It's got a relationship. For example, if I had the club like this pointing at my belly button, it's pointing to my belly button versus going to the lead side. Now, when you watch Moe, obviously the club's sitting behind the ball and there is the club pointing up to the lead shoulder, so it's pointing to the lead side. But if you look from down the line view, obviously the way it's gripping in the hand, it's actually pointing just above the hip joint, right across from the belly button. So that's what I call the pivot point. But why do I call it the pivot point? Because here's what happens. As Moe's taking the club back, you see he's turning away everything together. Now you would ask Moe, how do you take the club back? And he said with his lead side, with his left side. But what's happening is this relationship he's created, I'm gonna take my right arm off for a second, is maintaining this spatial relationship. In other words, this is moving together, but it's staying related to the lead side. And I was noticing this throughout Moe's swing. I noticed that he never lost the relationship of the handle being forward into his backswing. I would even equate this to possibly, I don't like the word secret, I've used it before, but could this be a secret to how we get to impact? And here's why. Because when I swing, notice how the handle of the club is pointing to the lead side of my body. You don't have the handle behind the lead side of the body. It's always anywhere in the swing, the handle is leading to the lead side of my body. So would you not say that we want the handle of the club always leading in the swing? That's how we compress the ball, hit down, all the important things. So that's what I saw in Moe's swing. I saw, number one, he started with this relationship. He didn't start here, he started here. And then this relationship maintained throughout the motion. So watch this. So this stick is our single plane trainer. And what this does, now it has our correct grip on here, so when you hold it, your hands are on there correctly, because that's a very important part, is getting the relationship of the arm rotation correct. But notice, when I hold this, it's forming an alignment with my lead side. And now, when I take the club back, I'm turning. Notice how it stays against the lead side. So everything moves together. In other words, I'm not taking it away, I'm not picking it up, I'm not rolling it. I'm moving this relationship into the backswing. And notice, that is a natural movement of the club moving to the inside. So this is what I saw in Moe's swing. I saw he established the lead side relationship and he turned it away, keeping that relationship. That naturally moved the hands to a spot on the inside. And then he simply put the club onto plane. Now watch this. As he transitioned, he turns and look what happens. The club then returns again to the lead side. So the club to body relationship is always lead sided. Let me show you the analysis I did with Moe, and you'll see how I discovered the pivot point. Check out this video where I actually show you how it's discovered. So here's how I discovered what I call the pivot point, which is the club to body relationship. It starts right here at address, where you see the club already has an alignment with the body. And I'll show it as I line the club up here with the lead arm pointing to to the lead side of the body, right above the hip area. You'll see this in a minute. As Moe continues to go back, I'm going to continue to draw lines on the club and look at how the club, where it relates to the body. And I'll continue that all the way into the backswing. And you'll notice that as I draw a line from the club head up, no matter where I go back, the club always points to the same exact spot related to his body. Even if I continue the motion back all the way into where he's fully extended into his backswing, if I draw a line on the club, it's going to point exactly to that point right above the hip, lead hip in his body. Now, I'm going to take him all the way to the top of his backswing. And you can notice that the hands have leveraged the club here. However, imagine for a minute that the club was an extension of the arm. And I can draw, if I draw a line from the arm straight through that spot, if he would unhinge that club, you would see that that club would still point to the lead side of his body. So what you're seeing is swing playing being created, and also the same exact relationship of club to body. I'm going to eliminate those lines, and he's going to come down to hit the golf ball, and you'll notice at impact, again, if I even take him just past impact or just to impact, we'll go both. Impact, and draw a line on the club, you'll notice it points to the lead side of his body, and then even after impact, it still points to the lead side of his body. It's never pointing behind him. There is a relationship that starts at address, moves into the backswing, points to the lead side of the body, hinges his hands on plane, leverages the club, and returns again to the lead side of the body. The golf swing is lead-sided. So what you saw in that video was exactly what I did. I took lines, I just started drawing them on the screen, and I noticed that the lines were intersecting at the same spot. But here's what's interesting. This is where a swing plane is also discovered, because swing plane is this. The swing plane in definition should be starting and impacting on the same plane. It's the same club to body relationship when I start and the same club to body relationship at impact. So we want to simplify our ability to start and impact. That's how you become better at ball striking. That's why Moe is so great. So if I do this, I keep this relationship, then I take it up on plane. Notice I'm on plane. Notice that this has moved away from my lead side. However, here's what's interesting. If I just simply unhinge the hands, it hits me on my lead side again. So I have never lost this relationship. Now, you ask, well, Todd, what does that mean? For example, if I was steep, this club would be in a steep plane. Notice if I unhinge, it doesn't hit me on the lead side. If this was flat, it doesn't hit me on the lead side. When I take the club back, take it up on plane, that is perfectly referencing my ability to get back down to impact. I'm showing you here how I discovered that. I think one of the secrets to Moe's amazing ability to consistently get to impact was that he started with a relationship, he maintained this relationship, kept this relationship, and returned that relationship to impact. That's how he became such a great ball striker, and that's what you see happening in the swing. Again, that's the discovery of the pivot point, swing plane, and club to body relationship. That's how the single plane swing should work. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this content. If you want to see more great information about the single plane swing, if you're learning it for the first time, please click the bell icon, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, because I produce about 2 videos a week, and I want to see you learn the single plane swing.